Hey, good morning, guys. It's Steven Rosario, CEO of Gameplan Financial. We got Nate Berge on as well, co-owner. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning.
How you doing, man? That barbecue was looking good on Facebook last night.
Yeah, it tasted good.
That was
It's
really,
great.
it was really good. Hey, it was a great week last week, man. We had a lot of momentum. A lot of people starting to take some action, getting more results. Did you feel that last week, Nate? You feel kind of a little momentum shift?
Yeah, there's definitely momentum building every week, you know, some people falling off here and there, but that's expected in the business. And yeah, we're just trying to get more like-minded people that want to win, man. And yeah, it's definitely happening.
Yeah, so we just want everybody to know that like we're gonna continue to stay in front of this thing and try to bring you guys more valuable tools and resources as we go throughout the year. We have some inbound calls for the people that want to participate in that. So it's an inbound call, not a live transfer. So the agents are fielding their own call. And so on those ones, it's $50 a call, but we have a 90-second buffer on those. And they're okay if we eliminate about 70% of them. I spoke to them last week. They're okay if we really kind of filter them tight in that first 90 seconds to make sure that they, one, really want insurance, two, are at an age that we can find them a product, right? And three, have a bank account. So the people that are working those, I would highly suggest like getting good at those 90 seconds, vetting that call as best as you can in order to take it. So being able to eliminate, up to 70% of those calls, I think we can really filter out and try to get, into some good calls. So we do have those up and rolling. This week we'll be having some more people beta test those suckers. The ones we know we love and that are working, we're doing smart financial live transfers. We got an exclusive deal with those guys at $35 a transfer. Then we also have the 250 data leads, so $2.50 for a real-time data lead. Part of the rub on that and why they're so cheap is it is a shared lead, so it's hitting our agency and then they're selling it to another agency at the same time. So what we want to do is try to speed delete it, try to beat them to the punch. And if we don't, then hey, let's date it out a week or so, follow back up, and get them rolling. So it's kind of volume based lead. We got Game Plan Financial Marketing System. You need $1,000 a month to participate. What that is I will personally jump into your Facebook ad account. I'll set up some Facebook ads for you. And you're only paying ad costs. We're not here to make money off of selling leads to anybody. That's not what we're here to do. But last week, Ben Lopez went off. He submitted a little over 14,000 in premium. I've been working with Ben Lopez for just a little under 4 years, I believe. It seems like 10 sometimes, Ben, but in this business, when you stick with it, you go through a lot together, right? And so Ben and I, it feels like we've battled through a lot together. It feels like, but Ben's brand is Affirm Coverage. If you're not connected with Ben on Facebook, I would, send him a friend request, see how he posts, see how he engages. You'll probably see what I see and fall in love with his passion for what insurance products do for people, but also what commissions do for agents as well. So, Ben, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
There
Thanks
you
for
are.
having me, Steven.
There you are. So we had a little Bob Proctor, little 6 minute video, just kind of prepping the meeting a little bit. Persistency and passion, man. I think when I think of Ben Lopez, man, I think of like passion. I think of energy. I think of fire. I think of like heart. I think of like a love for what we do, like to really protect these families. I hope that you guys are going to see that over the next 10, 15 minutes as we talk about this. But Ben, like persistency has been probably your best talent, man. I mean, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I guess it starts off from getting the lead, right? You get the lead, it's in your hands. What do you do next? For me, I immediately triple dial them back to back. That's the first thing that I'm thinking. Next, I text them their first name. Hey, not even hey, just first name question mark. They usually respond to that. And then I would route them. I would route them on my Google to see how far they are from me. And that's basically how I take the lead. I follow back after 3 dials another day, do another triple dial, and then another triple dial. So every Monday, Thursday, triple dialing that lead. Persistency to me would mean never giving up, reaching out at least 6 times minimum. And then after that, I hit their door. Honestly, you're gonna have to see my face after the sixth reach out with triple dials. You're gonna see my face. I'm gonna knock your door. I'm gonna talk to your neighbors. I'm gonna leverage the neighbors, and I have fun with it. Honestly, to me, it's just about having fun. Go out there, go meet people, go talk to them, and offer insurance.
Yeah, I think a lot of us we want to get fancy and get all tricky with all these live transfers and telesales and blah 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 blah. At the end of it, it's all just to connect with the person, right, and create that communication with the person, which we call leads a lot, but a lead is actually a person. It's a mom, it's a grandma, it's a grandpa, it's a dad, like it's a son of somebody. It's somebody that is running through this existence with us, and it's a responsibility, I feel, when somebody says, "Hey, I want some information about life insurance." I think we have the responsibility to like interrupt their day, right? And get them that information. Because there's times, man, that we're working our leads and the lead already passed away, right? The Reaper already beat us to the punch. And we were too late on that one. Ben, can you talk about kind of the passion of why you're doing this as far as serving these families, and maybe integrate that story in about the guy that you were talking about the IUL with, and then he couldn't qualify, and so you really tried to get him accidental, and then a couple years later you ran into his mom, huh? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Uh, I was on Facebook, and I have this guy that followed me on Facebook, and he was young, around 26. And he reached out to me, hey man, I want to be a millionaire. I know you're the guy that's going to help me get there. I know that insurance is a way to do it. Cool, let's have time to talk. I went to go meet with him at the mall here in Laredo at the mall. It was super loud. I remember we sat down at the table. It was really loud, lots of noise. He had 3 kids with him that weren't even his, around the ages of 5 to 13. And they were just, being kids. And he said, hey, sit down. So we ended up going through the financial suitability. And I forgot to ask the questions if he's a felon until the application. And I showed him cash value life insurance. He got declined because he's a felon. My fault, learning mistake. I always ask before I go in through an application if you're a felon or not, or if you have any trouble with the cops. He was smuggling illegals, so he was not able to qualify for the cash value. It took about 2.5 hours there because of all the noise, the distractions, the kids, the application. And I still remember that I did offer him health, and I did offer him the accidental. It was in the back of my head. Did I offer him accidental? I looked at my notes. I did offer it to him. So anyways, he had to leave because he was going to take the kids to get a haircut. So he left. And I said, okay, we'll keep in contact. I know the accidental's 15 minutes. I've been calling him for like 2-3 months. No answer. 6 months later, I was like, I'm going to go knock his door. I'm going to go knock his door. I have a new agent with me. Let me show him how to do this. I show up, knock the door. The mom answers. Hey, ma'am, is Ram here? Ramiro. I said, Ram? Yeah. So she goes inside, she comes back out, and she hands me this. She's like, Ramiro died in a truck accident here in Laredo. Here, this is so you can remember him. She gave me this
Mm.
as a sticker. She had pictures of him. She's like, here. She showed me photos of him outside of the truck, like after the accident. So I guess he flew out of the vehicle. I was like, why do you have that, mom? Why is that something that you have in your phone? And it stuck with me. Ramiro was someone following me on Facebook, excited to buy from me, wanted to, make a million. and I wasn't able to give $500,000 to his mom. He wanted his mom and his girlfriend to get those benefits. And I remember he was like more of a father than most people I know. He had 3 kids that weren't even his, and he was a father figure. I really, really like that about him. And that he reached out to me, of all people, he reached out to me that he wants cash value life insurance when I was new. Since then, he haunts me every time. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna offer accidental to everyone no matter what. You know, you're gonna have to kick me out if you don't want to buy insurance. Like, I'm gonna really get in your face about it and ask you all the questions and make you feel. So I don't want that to happen again, where the mother's like, oh, he died, or the friend or family, he passed away and I wasn't able to get the coverage on him.
Mm. So when this thing gets really real, man, right? So, hey, you do a great job out there, man. And like, at the end of this thing, we can guide them to it, but we can't fill out the app for them, you know. And wish that Ramiro, got that 500,000 through Mutual of Omaha, that guaranteed advantage accidental plan, because that thing would have paid out, But it was no fault of yours, brother. You do a great job, dude. Let's talk about last week, man. Over 14 grand submitted. We're just gonna knock. We don't like counting our chickens before they hatch, right? Until it hits the bank and those things all get approved. But what a great week, dude. I think you've had many weeks like that. But can you talk about kind of the activities that you took that generated the submits for those policies?
Um, Definitely, I was low on leads. So what I ended up doing is I ended up calling my existing book of business. So I'm looking here. I generated a lead off of Facebook, and then I asked for a referral and I got a referral. And then I started door knocking, and then I started calling my existing clients. So that's having no lead system. How I generated leads was posting on Facebook, jumping into people's, well, I guess like activity, right? Posting on Facebook, jumping into people's DMs, asking them, hey, like, do you have anything in place? Have you ever got a life insurance quote? Just starting the conversation with people. I did get a Facebook lead. I did get a referral. I started door knocking. I got a deal from door knocking, leveraging a lead, an old lead that I had. Hey, I'm here for your neighbor. He was asking for insurance. I don't know if you have anything on yourself. No, I don't. I was looking for insurance. Perfect. Perfect timing. So I got him covered off a door knock. And then I just kept calling existing clients. Hey, client, do you want any additional insurance? Do you know any friends or family that may need this that I can help out? And mainly referrals. I see most of my sales were referrals
Hold
and
on,
door
hold on.
knocking.
We got back up a little bit. Let's slow the train down. So you're telling me you knocked on a lead's door and the lead didn't answer, so you knocked the neighbor of the lead? What?
Yeah.
Everybody drop a seven in the chat if you like that, if you like that hustle. So you knocked on the lead's door. The lead didn't answer the door, and so then what did you do?
I went to the neighbors. So I was like, hey, neighbor, my name's Ben. I'm in the area because Steven asked for me to come by and help him with mortgage protection, life insurance that pays the house off in the case of death or disability. Do you have any type of mortgage protection insurance on your home?
I love it, man. I love it. The people that are in the What's Up chat, you probably see Ben's video the other day where he knocked on one door before they even answered. He went over and knocked on the other door, and he's kind of waiting between both of the doors. Like Ben is not afraid to get out there and just force this thing to happen. I feel like I've been in that spot in my career before where I think like persistency was my only way out. It was the only thing that helped me at that time was just to keep going, right? And kind of trust your better business thoughts. Like I think we all know what to do. I just think we ignore ourselves sometimes. And we all have these good business thoughts that go through our brain and like how many times do we ignore it and not do what we think we should do? Maybe we think of a lead and we don't call it. Like maybe you thought of the lead because you were prompted to call it. So I just want to encourage everybody to follow your best business thoughts more often than not. None of us are perfect. No one's going to do it 100% of the time. But so you knock on the door, they answered the door. What'd they say?
Um, hey, how can I help you? Usually they answer, how can I help you? Or what's going on? And that's when I tell them, hey, like I'm here for your neighbor. There's different ways I pitch it, but the one that captures a lot of attention is like, hey, I'm here for your neighbor, Juan. He's the one with the white car or whatever. I'm here for Juan. He's the one with the white vehicle. The reason why I'm here is I'm going to show him how to pay the house off early using cash value life insurance and protecting the family in the case of a chronic, critical, or terminal illness. It pay off the home in full. So the last person I helped, I was able to show him how to pay his house in 16 years. So I was wondering if that's something that you have or something that you want to know about. And then that opens the door. They're like, what? I didn't know that's possible. Or I tell them there's cashback on the mortgage options available right now that can potentially help you pay your home off in half the time. And I'm just here to pass the information. I don't know if you got 15 minutes now or if I can schedule it for later today so I can speak with you and your wife. But I'm just here to pass the information to your neighbor Juan and figured I'd talk to the neighborhood while I'm here.
Nice, dude. I love how you use like the concepts of how to use life insurance as a way to express to the lead, the potential client that you're there to educate them rather than sell them. Can you talk about the difference between that and kind of how people react differently based on your approach?
Um, yeah, there's okay. I kind of give them an option, right? So the first one would be like, I already have life insurance. That'd be an objection. I already have life insurance. Oh, perfect. Is that the old one or the new one? Is that pre-2024 or the new 2025 programs? Because the new 2025 programs have the option with living benefits that pay you in the case of a chronic critical terminal illness. Do you know if you have the living benefits? And they're like, they'll either say yes or no. If they say yes, then I'm like, oh, perfect. We have these plans that help you pay the house off early. Do you have that one? So I'm already like always asking them questions to open up. Um, Another one would be perfect. Is that the is that the burial insurance? Or is that the cash value life insurance that you use for living purposes to pay your house off, to save money, to buy the yacht, the mansion, whatever your goals are? Like, do you have the cash value life insurance or just the death insurance? I kind of like to separate it because they think they already have it. Like, yeah, you already have it, but do you have just the death insurance or the life insurance? Which one do you have? And that also opens doors for conversation on using it for their goal, whatever their financial goal is.
I love that, man. I think there's a lot of confusing marketing going on, especially to seniors, about life insurance, right? We got those TV commercials, the radio ads, the blah blah blah. Get $1 million for 9.95. Then they call in and hear the truth, that type of stuff going on. And so I think we can really leverage that to our advantage in serving them would be to create doubt and mystery if they have the best thing at the same time making them curious about what you have and what you have to offer them, right? So we're creating the doubt and mystery that of what they got is the best, and then getting them curious at the same time of, oh, what can Ben do? What does he have? What are these options? And so, Ben, dude, I'm so excited, bro. You're starting to build again too. You're bringing agents on. Persistency, I think, is undeniably like one of the best traits to have as an entrepreneur in insurance is just that will to keep going, the understanding that what it looks like today, it's going to look different later. Like if somebody's brand new and you're just making your first calls right now, even the things that you're evoking on the phone now can be so much different with just a little bit more experience, right? Just a little bit more, because a lot of times when we're new, I'll say we, because I was new too, is like, I think we're stuck in this, what do I say? What am I going to say next? Instead of kind of listening and cluing in on who we're speaking with, what kind of emotion that they're in, what's triggering them to fill out the lead, right? And then how can we let them tell us what's going to motivate them to buy the insurance? What's your goal this week, Ben?
10,000. Five. I think I'm gonna do 10 deals. That's my goal. 10 deals this week. 2 a day. for 5 days, and if I have to work a 6th day, I will.
I love it. Drop a 2 in the chat if you believe Ben can hit that goal. Let's go.
I'll drop it to myself.
I'll drop
Ooh,
a
I
2.
believe
I'm
it.
gonna drop a 2 in there for you too. I'm gonna help just speak this thing into existence. But Ben, I'm so glad you're here with us, brother. You're always somebody that's like wanting to help the team and wanting to help people around you that you know financially don't benefit from. I just want you to know that I noticed that, dude, and other people notice it too, and we appreciate you. When you're vibing high like that, like there's nobody like Ben Lopez. So thank you so much for sharing today.
You're welcome, boss man. Yeah, thank you for having me. My number, if anyone needs me, is 512-522-7810. And my Facebook is facebook.com/life insurance financial.
I love it. And if you're seeing this video on YouTube and you want to work with Ben Lopez, just go in and shoot him a call or click the link in the description. We'll get you connected with Ben and let's